Whoa.
Serious.
Ready?
You gotta get the hat just right, or you can't think right.
I like the flat brim because I'm a trucker. Maybe it's because I like truck stops.
I like Love's. Love's best truck stop.
Lot lizard. I love lot lizards. Or am I the lot lizard? What is a lot lizard?
Usually find lot lizards out in the wild.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little behind on my trucker terms. A lot lizard would be a
lizard. You know, truck stop horse. I mean, no offense.
No, man, not taken because we're not whores. No.
It's just a
whore? Truck stop whore?
Yeah, that will go.
A door-to-door hooker, cab-to-cab hooker.
I don't know if I want to be a lot lizard.
She's not even really doing it for money. She's doing it for like drugs and shit. Like instead,
whatever she can get, money will get her drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
She'll
take
the
I'm
money.
not a trucker.
She'll take the money, but she'll also take a hit of meth.
Essentially, though, if you get the drugs, you eliminate the middleman for those people.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it, I don't want the money, give me the drugs.
Exactly. I'm one step closer.
And you get laid.
Yeah, well, none of us are lot lizards, right?
No. Or truckers that I'm aware
I might be the only one.
Well, only aspiring.
You don't know what I do when I leave here.
Aspiring.
Perhaps you don't know what I do when I leave here, man.
I don't want to know.
maybe I knew I wanted it when I gave you the ride.
No, you're better. Byron.
Remember you changed?
Byron, you've changed. You don't want this kind of thing anymore.
No, I do want this kind of thing.
No, you don't. You would not suck me and you would not be sucked by us.
I take that back. I don't mean that.
Truck stop right off of 47 and... I'm kidding. I don't know.
I was going to say, work's been slow since they cut the gas off at Pride.
Speaking of Pride. Good one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty fired up.
Let's do it.
All right, wide
Was that a
receiver.
flex?
I'm
pretty fired up.
I got no muscles, but all right, we're gonna continue on our ceiling floor exercise that we just did. Super fun exercise. This one is gonna be wide receivers with a couple tight ends sprinkled in that kind of fit on our lot lizards conversation.
Lot lizards.
Tight ends. But real quick, got a couple things for you. That's kind of relevant. Did you read the David Montgomery story today? I know I texted you about that. Did you hear about this? Bro.
Special teams.
David Montgomery is practicing on special teams right now?
You got to do whatever you can to help your team win. Thank you, David.
But see, the way I took it, as you were saying it was returns, I
thought
hope
so,
it's returns because it was not stated he was returning. Is he tackling people on special teams? I don't like that report.
No, so I'm sorry.
Well, I just don't like it.
Well, so if it's not returns, which I assumed it would be, just because my thought was it would be, all right, we need our guy back there fumbled twice, so we can't have that anymore because now we're down 14-0 because he fumbled the first 2 punts and they returned it for touchdowns. So let's get a guy.
I get it.
Or hey, it's 14 seconds in the fourth quarter they're punting. We need an epic return. Get Montgomery back there, right? But after I read some more reports, it's more the coach is like everyone needs to be involved in everything.
Okay.
We need you to get out there, and if he's still on special teams in 2 weeks, I'll be surprised.
Two
It
things.
could just be training camp fun, right?
Yes.
It is.
But that's not fun for one.
Coach is saying everyone has to do everything. We're all a team here.
I've never seen that before. I have never seen a starting running back on special teams.
I've never seen that. I've never seen anybody drive their garbage down to the street and then bang the hell out of it with a stick. I've never seen that.
For one. For two, David Montgomery is not a kick return, punt return kind of guy.
No, he's not built like
He
that.
is not fast. He is more of a broken tackle guy. You don't want that for a punt returner.
Maybe he's on the onside kick return team.
I don't know. I just
and
never
some beat writer ran with it.
Just never seen it before.
100%. That was just the coach is like, all right, like everyone
Trying to make a
like,
name for
well,
himself.
the coach is like putting he's flexing on it. Like, all right, I know you're here before, like, but I'm the coach, and if I want you to play special teams, you're fucking playing special teams.
Right? Like at the bottom of the line, for whatever job you're working at, it usually says other duties as assigned.
Yeah.
And that's how he's just putting in his I'm in charge. Everyone has to do whatever they're told.
He's
It's
not
a
going to have to make a
respect
tackle in a
thing.
real game ever.
And yeah, they're earning his stripes per se. Don't be above anything.
Well, the one thought I did have was that they're including some crazy onside kick thing to start the season off.
That makes
where,
sense.
Like,
right.
now it
They
seems
see my
like
special
they're like,
teams
what the
once, and they're
which,
like,
if you saw Montgomery out there, we're like, all right, let's watch that fucking guy.
right.
But at the same time, maybe like they were trying to sneak that in. You know?
So they're terrified of the 49ers, is what I'm hearing.
Jesus Christ,
And they're
fuck
pulling
you.
out the trick plays.
All right, Rob Squared, back with wide receivers, back with the floor upside. I'm going to start off right here with three names. pretty much going through the tiers here, almost round by round.
Be a little bit quicker with these too.
Yeah,
right?
let's hope. First round here. This is actually almost second round. I didn't do any first round guys because they're kind of just, they're all good.
Sure.
Second round here, we'll call it the first tier. Devonte Adams, CeeDee Lamb, and Deebo Samuel. Floor upside.
Jeez,
Yeah, tough. I'm going to start with my upside here. We're going to go upside first. My upside is CeeDee Lamb. And I do want to preface this. His name's CD. Is he a cross-dresser?
CEEDEE.
No, just CD. His name's CD. Is he a cross-dresser? CeeDee Lamb just out there wearing skirts?
But
and
it's not initials. It's not an acronym. Or
no, but it
it's
sounds just like CD.
It took
It's
me a minute to
cross-dresser.
figure that out. Cross-dresser. I was like, what?
Yeah, CD. That's what it's called.
He could be
You don't
Crocodile
know this?
Dundee. I don't know.
Ooh, nice. That's my upside, though.
What? I think he just likes the digital disc, like the actual CDs. He has a huge.
Oh, see,
Compact
you can
disc.
go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
The thumbnail is going to be CeeDee Lamb,
Yep.
his face on a
Well, that's
cross-dresser.
a knife, and he's got like a
It
CD over
could be
here.
all these. It could be all CeeDee Lambs. All right.
Yeah.
So that's my upside, CeeDee Lamb, for all the reasons that I know there's been an issue in the past with it's Kellen Moore. He's never had a receiver with over 130 targets. Very spread out. That's because there's been a lot of receivers. They don't got a lot of receivers right now. There's nobody else. I like Michael Gallup. He's hurt, right? We just heard James Washington's out for like the year. They got nobody.
10 weeks. Yeah.
And Dalton Schultz is not very good. We don't like Dalton Schultz.
Schultz
here.
is a jag.
He's a jag, right? He gets.
He's a jag.
He's not good.
He got lucky last year.
That's my upside. What do you got for your upside?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's really
You're gonna
hard
go
not
Deebo.
to be a homer.
You're
It's
gonna go
so
Deebo.
hard
He's
not to be a
going
homer,
Deebo.
but I'm so high on Ayuk that it has to come from somewhere else. So I'm not going upside with Deebo. I think Lamb is the only guy in Dallas. I think Dak is back. He's throwing. He's opening it up. I like Lamb. But Adams is, even at his age, is still the most talented receiver out of these three right now as a pure receiver. Deebo, you got to figure rush yards in, but end of the day, give me the Las Vegas Raiders in a really tough division where they're going to have to throw a ton to keep up. I'm going Adams ceiling.
Real quick, half point PPR. Just want to preface that again.
Yeah. So my upside is Deebo. I generally don't expect him to be there, but I see the path where he's going to be there. Just because I feel like they have more weapons. They're really balanced offense. And if Trey Lance turns it on, I mean, watch out. Deebo is just well deserving the contract. He's the most versatile guy. He has the big playability of AJ Brown. He has the rushing ability of Anquan Bolden. Like, he just reminds me of like a more talented Anquan Bolden, which is a big statement for him.
It is.
because
It's
Anquan
all of
Bolden-
famer.
Yeah, Anquan Bolden's a stud.
He was good for both our teams, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing but love.
All right, my floor, also CeeDee Lamb. So obviously I love CeeDee Lamb.
Really?
For all the reasons I said before. The guy's a great player.
I'm gonna draft him
And
to trade him to you.
do it. I don't care. Crossdresser Lamb is my floor. What do you got?
It is not Crocodile Dundee Lamb. I'm going to go floor with Deebo, and it's that rushing upside. Those points are worth a little bit more. I've seen him do it. He's
Now
gonna
that he got
continue
paid
to do it.
too.
He should be the
He
focus.
might.
His contract has incentives. Granted, they're not hard to hit targets, and it's not a ton of money, but the fact
They're
that
rushing incentives?
yeah, if he hits
Ooh.
380
Yeah.
yards, he gets $650,000.
That's
If
something.
he hits 3 rushing touchdowns,
It's like $1 million or
150,000.
something.
I didn't know that.
And if he does both, he still only gets 650.
Oh,
You
that's
only-
right. It maxes out. At
You only
650.
you only get that on Rob Squared right now. Authority on Niners.
No,
No, I'm
it-
serious. I didn't know that. I know
Inside-
everything,
inside
right?
take.
Yeah, I think it was 7. It was for the touchdowns. It was lower.
It was 150 for the 3 touchdowns. It's
That's right. Yeah,
650 for the yards.
But
But if he does both, it's still only 650.
well, it maxes out at 650.
Well, that sucks for him, dude.
Our
It should be
Niners
800.
authority, baby. I love it. What do you got?
My floor is Devonte Adams. 100. He's probably averaged 110, 115 catches the last few years.
And the touchdowns.
1,400 yards.
Yep.
10 to 15 touchdowns a year. Again, going the best offense.
Yeah,
The
we
floor is
might
good.
have both just disrespected Devonte Adams there, to be
Yeah.
honest. But
So,
like,
It's funny to me, though, because we did opposite ceiling floor,
Yeah.
and we're both right.
Yeah.
Like, it can both happen.
Celine Dion Lamb is not for me.
All the tears turned to dust, and I just knew my eyes were drying up forever.
I love it. All right, number two. AJ Brown, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore. Now, these guys are almost third round guys, right? Bleeding into the third round now with DJ Moore with the Baker Mayfield signing. My upside, DJ Moore. I love the player. I think he's a top 8, top 7, top 6 possible receiver in the league. He reminds me of Steve Smith. Maybe with a little more juice, believe it or not. Steve Smith was a baller. I've seen it as a Bears fan. 3 touchdowns in the playoff game. Love Steve Smith. Love DJ Moore. Finally has a quarterback that is league average. That's all I want for DJ Moore. Give DJ Moore a league average quarterback. You know what he's going to do? He's going to finally score more than 4 touchdowns which he's never done in his career, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
I know
how he hasn't regressed to the means, right?
I know
We
he's
talked about
not. He
Julio
is not what you call a red zone receiver. But you know what he is? He's a really good receiver in short yards and long yards. He can make space. The guy's a beast. Give him the ball out of the backfield. Give him a little Debo roll finally. Give him some running back snaps.
The old Curtis Samuel role
Love
in
it.
Carolina.
Give me that.
Yeah.
8 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Fucking A. DJ Moore.
I'm right there with you. I'm a huge DJ Moore homer. I own a ton of Moore every year. I'm like, he's going to get to 8 touchdowns this year. He's going to get to 10. I keep seeing it, and the quarterbacks keep letting me down. And this year they're not gonna. Baker's gonna surprise. Baker's gonna become the long-term starter in Carolina. In my opinion, he's gonna get a fair shake and a reset here. Moore is easily the most talented player on that roster outside of CMC. I'm not afraid of Robbie Anderson.
Terrace Marshall. I like Terrace Marshall too.
And you guys like Tremble, right?
Yeah, we like all. It's a good offense.
But Tremble is such a deep dive.
It's none of it's taken away from Moore, and he's finally going to get that quarterback. To me, this was a piece of cake, slam dunk, ceiling Moore.
I got same thing. Upside Moore. He's to me top 3. If I would actually made this bet. In terms of leading the league in reception yards, Moore is top 3 for me. I mean, what do you have, 1,400 yards?
No, it was only 11. It's always been 1,100 every year.
No, he had a 1,400-yard year.
No, he didn't. No, it's been 1,100 every year. It's the same year every year, dude. It's like he had more catches last year and he had more targets, but it was inefficient.
All right, well, I'm not going to look into it right now, but I believe he had...
No, I promise you he'd never had 1157.
Can I just finish my thought then?
Can. Sorry.
Can I just finish my thought then? My point is stop. He's going to have an epic receiving year, and this is the touchdowns again. I mean, everything these guys said. So
love it. All right, my floor is also DJ Moore because I love DJ Moore. Now, I want to say AJ Brown because I love AJ Brown the player, but you love Devonte Smith. We like Devonte Smith the player. We don't like that passing offense. And I don't know, Pittman, I love Pittman too. The thing is, I love all these guys actually. Yeah. But DJ Moore is just the best player of the bunch, and he is the alpha on that team, and I expect the Panthers to be relevant. And I expect him to catch 8 touchdowns. And 8 touchdowns for him means he's had, like I said, 1157 was max. I expect 1,300 yards. I expect 100 catches. I expect top 8 season for him. Yeah. These other guys can't crack that. I love Pittman. They don't pass enough. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Taylor's a thing. So.
They didn't pass enough. We had Wentz last year. You've got Matt Ryan.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I see Pittman as the Julio to Matt Ryan, what he was in
6
Atlanta.
touchdowns.
And that's what scares me is the touchdowns for Pittman.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I love his ability. I love his talent. But is he going to get the touchdowns or not? AJ Brown I like a lot. This should be a little more pass heavy than what Tennessee was. I think Devonte Smith challenges AJ Brown more for targets than anybody in Tennessee ever did. But I love his ability to beat the press. I love his size. He goes up and gets it. I think AJ Brown becomes a red zone favorite of Hurts and catches easy dozen touchdowns this year.
So he's your floor?
He's my floor.
AJ Brown is?
Yep.
Wow.
So with AJ Brown, it seems like people think of AJ Brown having a good year last year. His stats, he had less than 70 catches and less than 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And if that's not the floor I'm looking for. I mean, that's a decent
It was
floor,
his worst year, though, too.
But still, he got the big contract, he got traded after that. I get all that, but my floor is Michael Pittman. I saw him coming on last year, and as much as I'm a Wentz guy, I mean, Wentz still had a good year last year. It was 27-9 or something like that. 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, something like that. He had a decent year, but Matt Ryan is a different league of quarterback in terms of passing. So Pittman's my floor. I expect a 1,200, 10 touchdown, 80, 90 catch.
It was tough for me. Pittman's right there. Like you said, I like all of these guys.
Tier,
I like their ability.
I'll say that
this was a good one.
These 3 receivers are the reason I'm drafting early. Running back.
Yep, I'm doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, as your number 1, I like it. Yeah. All right, third tier here. This is almost 4th round here. Mclaurin, Jalen Waddle, Mike Williams. These are good. My back. Upside for me. Upside first. Mike Williams. There's a reason for that. If you recall, if you watched the channel last year, no one was higher on Mike Williams than me.
My hot take is Mike Williams is a top 12 wideout this year.
And he's going, do you know?
He's going wide receiver 40.
I had Mike Williams in every segment. He was my guy.
That's right.
He was going in like the 9th or 10th round because I knew he had a 10 touchdown year. He also had a 1,000-yard year. He almost put it together last year until he didn't, and he got hurt, and then shit changed.
He was the top 5 receiver for the first half of the year.
First 6 games, he was number 3, I believe. Yeah. And then he was so high that after the first half, he was still top 10.
Yeah.
And he finished what? I want to say wide receiver 16 or something. Solid.
Yeah.
I do recall, I said this stat a couple times, he caught like 3 of 14 red zone targets last year and still had 9 touchdowns. The man is a jump ball monster. The man is one of the most feared. I love him. He's not that old. He's like 26. Great player. Second receiver in that offense. Keenan Allen's slowing down. I worry about him for injuries. Austin Eckler, that motherfucker's going to get hurt for sure. He's terrible. Give me Mike Williams for upside because Mike Williams can catch 14 touchdowns this year.
I do not disagree. Mike Williams is legit. Keenan Allen's, 47-ish, 48.
48 years old, yeah.
Something around there. He's bound to slow down eventually. He hasn't. Uber talented. I end up with him on a lot of rosters for years. I feel like he was always one of the underrated guys that is going to hit his mark wherever you took him because he went a little late. But Mike Williams with what potentially is I think top 3 quarterback this year in Herbert. I think Herbert's going to show out. Top 5 maybe. Sure. I love that offense. I love those weapons. I love Herbert. Another year in it. I'm going all Williams ceiling.
Real quick, is Keenan Allen now officially Richard Gere?
Officially?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's official yet.
Well, can I make that official?
All right. Well, let's see him struggle this year. Then it's official.
Well, I guess that'd be good. He'd be a lawyer and get some high ass chicks.
You can just have him walking out in the walker.
There you go. Caps, what do you got?
Upside is Mclaurin. Hasn't had. Well, easily a top 10 talent in my most talented receiver that just watching the film. He's the most talented guy of these 3. Finally getting. Unfortunately, saying Wentz is the best quarterback he's ever had, but that's
for sure.
But that's true.
It's gross. Close.
It's that simple. I just think he's the most talented and he's getting the best quarterback. It's a do or die year for Wentz. It's a do or die year for not the Redskins, the Commanders. It's that simple.
All right. My floor is Terry McLaurin. For those reasons you said, I liked Scary Terry. I think you overrate his talent a bit. He's more of an effort guy. Good talent. 3rd round pick though out of Ohio State. Wasn't even actually, if you recall. Who's the guy in the Colts that's always hurt?
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell was the most talented player in Ohio State.
Yep.
Obviously drafted 2 rounds ahead of him.
And if he stays healthy, he threatens Pittman too.
Wow. If that's not ever happening.
Yes.
I've been a Paris Campbell guy forever, but I'm finally off that. He's cheated on me too many times. But no, I love McLaurin. I think he's talented enough, and that guy's a dog. Okay, he has the Anquan Boldin in him in my mind.
Sure.
And I can't put him ahead of Mike Williams. And again, I love Jalen Waddle. I think Jalen Waddle is the most talented receiver in this group.
Yep.
But Tyreek Hill ruins that for me.
Yep.
So I'm going with McLaurin as my floor.
Same thing. I think Waddle, pure talent. You haven't seen it all, right? He's coming into his second year. As good as he's looked. If I'm building a team or just going pure receiver talent, I'm going Waddle. But floor, I'm going McLaurin. He's the only guy there. Wentz is the best guy he's had.
True.
Like you said, he is uber talented to the point of is it effort? Is it talent? Is it athleticism? I don't care what it is. The guy gets after it, and I love watching him play.
Yeah.
I love the numbers he's going to put up. I feel super safe with McLaurin.
Yeah,
love it.
Mine's real simple. It's with Waddle and Williams. They're both the second wide receiver, so I'm going to take the wide receiver 1. I know Waddle had a hell of a year last year, but McLaurin's done it for 2-3 years now. Mike Williams has only put 1 good year. Both these guys have 1 year, and they're the wide receiver 2s on the teams. So McLaurin is 4, easy for me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. You love McLaurin. I would have known this. You love Scary Terry.
And
He's scary.
it's I'm not against it. I see it.
Yeah.
I see your points.
All right, number 4 here. This is almost 5th round. DK Metcalf, as we have to call him on this channel.
5th round.
DK Met Bull, because he is not a calf, he is a bull.
Bull.
Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson. Good names here. Again, waiting on wide receiver. Getting these guys as wide receiver 2 possibly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get 2 top 10 running backs and then just wait.
My upside is DK Metcalf. I don't think it's a surprise for anyone watching this. I don't have to give any analysis. The guy is one of the best receivers in the league. Maybe not polished, but guess what? When you're Bo Jackson, you don't got to be polished. You know what I'm saying? Good luck tackling that guy. Good luck fucking running after that guy. DK Metcalf all day, upside. Nick, what you got?
Donkey Kong's going to see the volume, right?
Yeah.
The guy is
so.
Look at him. He's a gorilla out there. I mean, the guy's a monster.
He didn't really see it with Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson's too safe with the ball.
He can be, yep.
And the problem is Gino might be too.
They're going to be down. They're going to be throwing. He's going to be the guy in full PPR. Maybe Lockett comes up a bit. He's going to get a lot of catches. Mm-hmm. But DK's a beast. I just can't get behind those quarterbacks and have him as my ceiling guy. Allen Robinson, to me, is Robert Woods out there, right? That's the role we kind of expect him to fill. And there's years that Woods was better than Kupp. unbeknownst to everybody who's ever watched any Rams football last year, Kupp is a god now, and I don't buy into that. Yeah, that's my point. They're going off of 1 year where the dude did some amazing shit, and I think Robert Woods is the guy I've always been in love with. Like, Woods has always been my guy in the Rams.
Yeah,
Robinson's stepping into that role. I'm taking that. And what could be one of the best offenses in the NFL.
I like
that too. Yeah. My upside is DK as well. He seems like one of the three guys I would name where he seems like he's the biggest physical freak. And he also has the drive. Like, in terms of drive, like, you want someone that's motivated to be someone that's great, a great athlete. Like, he's trying to do the racing and all that jazz. Plus, if it's Drew Lock, I love the deep ball potential because DK can get under those easy. Like, just Drew Lock can throw it a fucking mile, and DK can run a fucking mile.
He should not be able to move the way he does for his size.
Real quick, who do you have winning the Seattle quarterback job? We've already been on our record saying we think it's Drew Lock. Not that he should, he will. What do you think? Right now, it's
I think Geno Smith. Right now, until they sign Jimmy Garoppolo.
There you go. But if it's Geno, you like DK with Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Yep.
I like Tyler Lockett probably more with an ADP.
DK is my ceiling and my floor on this list with Garoppolo.
What about with Drew Lock? No, you don't like Drew Lock?
No.
Why not?
I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't think
he has some work to do.
He's too inaccurate. He's not going to hit his marks.
He's also had a defensive coordinator like being the coach.
I know.
Let me see it though. Let me see it.
I've seen reports that Seattle's front office loved Drew Lock.
They loved him.
Coming out of college, right? They loved him. That's why they wanted to get after him.
You don't often see, like, when you're seeing all these trades, first round. You don't see guys like Noah Fant and Drew Lock going in trades. Like that, those were pieces they said, we want these guys back.
Right. And they know what they got in Geno, right? They saw enough of Geno last year.
They probably could have got another first round pick, but they wanted those players, right?
It wasn't much.
I would like it to be Lock, but
Geno Smith, man, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, if they go with Geno Smith, I'm gonna be disappointed, but I feel like the cream will rise, and DK Metcalf, instead of having 1,400 yards.
Or they're trying to tank.
Right, but they just pay DK. They're gonna have the motherfucker on the field, right? It's DK Metcalf.
Well, yeah, because they're going to get the first round draft pick and get
either way.
Bryce Love or Bryce.
Bryce Young. The guy you love. He loves Bryce Young from Alabama.
I don't know much about him.
Right?
I just seen his highlights.
Yeah.
From the
all right, next tier here, number 5. These are 5th and 6th.
Wait, we didn't do floor.
Shit, we didn't do floor.
Real quick.
My bad. My floor is DK as well, just because he catches 10 touchdowns a year. He's going to catch 10 touchdowns. Floor for you
is A-Rob. I think there's no way he doesn't catch 65 passes, 70 passes.
No love for Cooper?
No. Just for me, A-Rob, I don't see any reason that he doesn't catch 70 catches and 8 touchdowns. I think that's the basement. Yeah.
If I knew Watson's suspension was going to stay at 6, I'd put Cooper as my floor. I would deal with Brissett for those first 6.
Yeah.
But if Watson ends up the whole year, I don't trust Brissett enough. We saw what he did in Indianapolis. He didn't support any of those receivers adequately. I'm going to go with the physical freak in DK and just know that he's going to go get it and he's going to get volume. They're going to be behind. They're going to be throwing. I'm just afraid of 3 and outs and how many opportunities they're going to have or how inaccurate those balls might be. His reach, his size is going to help him. But
that's my fear because Drew Lock can throw it a fucking mile, but he doesn't need to throw it a mile every time. But if he tries to, all those passes DK, imagine how frustrated DK will get if he starts missing. Like the first game, he misses 3 deep passes where DK is wide open. Now all of a sudden there's a rift, and you have to go to Geno, and DK scores 2 touchdowns.
All right, 2 more tiers here. Number 5, 6th round around. Jerry Jeudy, Darnell Mooney, Gabe Davis. Beautiful tier. Beautiful tier for this exercise.
This is a tough one.
It's really tough.
You're really bending me over here, Rob.
Well,
you're giving it to me.
Well, you know, he's the more guy in the doggy style. I like all the other ones. Sorry, Caps.
I need to stop telling you.
You need to stop telling me shit. There's nothing crazy. I mean, everyone knows it's sexual. I asked you that, but I didn't make you answer it. My bad. All right, floor for me. I'm gonna start with floor here.
This time.
Darnell Mooney, the target share on. It's unparalleled. He had 140 last year with other guys there and not passing. I see him having 155 to 160 targets. Now that might only mean 90 catches. It might only be 4 touchdowns. That's a floor to me. Darnell Mooney, baby.
Take the volume in Mooney.
Take the volume.
Fields is uber talented. He's going to run to let Mooney get opened up a little bit. I'm floor all day with Mooney.
Yeah, my floor is Jeudy. I know I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. I liked him since he came out of college.
Same.
It feels like that with the injuries and everything, he just hasn't put together. And Drew Lock was not necessarily possession type quarterback that he's looking for. But I've seen Tyler Lockett do it. I mean, so you're looking at a comparison of Lockett and DK to Sutton and Judy. I mean, both those guys are putting up huge years where in this case, Sutton would be getting more touchdowns where Judy's getting close to 100 catches.
And Sutton compared to DK, not even a discussion. Like, give me DK all day.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not as worried. And, like, I like
Tyler
Lockett.
Take a Lockett over up to the career up to this point.
Right.
But going forward now that Judy has Russ, I mean, to me, he's a top 3 to top 5 MVP candidate.
Would Tyler Lockett be Tyler Lockett if it wasn't for fucking Russell Wilson?
No.
All those
we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Yeah. But all those random ass broken plays where he's doing toe tapping, like the dumbest plays ever, right? That's what Lockett's made his career on.
They don't
even exist.
I think
they don't exist. There's no throw.
Lockett can make those plays, or excuse me, Judy can make the same plays.
Better plays. He's more Devonte Adams for me, to be honest.
Judy has phenomenal hands. He has some of the best hands.
And the footwork is unreal.
Except he has a bunch of drops. I don't know.
He did his rookie year. Yeah. What do you got?
Isn't it your ceiling?
Oh, my ceiling. My bad. My ceiling, my upside is Gabe Davis. Just the offense. Now, again, I love Jerry Jeudy the most out of all these 3 guys. I'm taking him higher than all these guys. But the upside of Gabe Davis, we saw in the playoff game, is 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then just the last 5 games where they actually played him when Emmanuel Sanders went out. Dude, Gabe Davis' upside is like literally 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns. Nobody else offers that. Maybe Judy does, but like Josh Allen passing the ball, if anything were to happen to Stephon Diggs, again, we're not talking injury.
Yeah.
Fucking A, bro.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis. I love the player.
I don't disagree with the ceiling. It's a small sample size from Davis. Haven't seen a ton of it out of him. Diggs is easily the most talented receiver there. I don't see any way Davis outproduces Diggs, although this isn't an elite offense. Allen's going to run how many touchdowns in, which takes him away from the receivers. I got to go with what I think is going to be the number 1 receiver in Denver. Judy is going to beat out Sutton this year. He's going to be the number 1 receiver in Denver with Russell Wilson. Right. Sutton's big body guy, possession guy.
Trash.
You can get the touchdowns, but those aren't going to offset the work that Judy gets, and Russ establishes a rapport with him.
Yeah, so real quick, my upside, same as my floor, is Judy. I expect Judy to have the most catches out of this group. So if he's second in touchdowns amongst the group, he's going to be the highest upside. With Mooney, I just could see that offense stagnating quite a bit. And then with Gabe Davis, I'm probably a bigger fan of Jamison Crowder than a lot of people. I think Crowder is.
We love Crowder.
I think Crowder is going to be a huge factor in the offense.
All right, last one here. 6th round. Oh, 6th, probably 7th round. Michael Thomas, Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Smith. Rapid fire here. My upside is Michael Thomas. 150 catches, 130 catches, 110 catches. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Easy upside for me. Juju, I'm very hesitant on, and Devontae Smith's number 2 there with a quarterback that can't pass. So, give me Michael Thomas all day. What do you got?
Michael Thomas, ceiling, floor, all the same reasons. Yep, most talented guy, safest guy.
Both for me.
Winston's dialed it back. He sat here under Breeze. He's learned to calm down a little bit. I know we got Landry. Olave is a great receiver who's going to get his too.
Olave's trash.
Devontae Smith, I don't think so.
Olave's trash.
I don't think so. I think he's the number 2 target there. Unless Kamara plays the whole season.
Landry.
Or no.
I don't think so. I think he outproduces Landry.
Okay.
Personally.
What do you got, Caps?
MT.
Both? Well, you're gonna have fucking Devontae Smith.
No. He's my both too. Simply because MT, like, to piggyback on Nick's point, it's last year it seemed like they got Jameis Winston. They're like, all right, but we know you can throw the ball as much as you want. You can throw any throw you want, but you also can fuck up those throws. So I think Peyton was like, all right, tone it back. Now we have a coach that's trying to prove himself. Jameis, I think, is going to step up. I think he's going to sling it quite a bit more. I expect Jameis to have a big year. Juju's interesting. And Devontae Smith is, I think, and I've said this with other players, I think Devontae Smith is hoping to be what MT is, right? Like, I think a good year from Devontae Smith is what we expect, like, MT's floor.
Right. Agreed. Okay. Double rapid fire tight ends. Real quick, I'm gonna give you a name, give me the answer, nothing else. Tight end number 1, Hawkinson, Goddard, Schultz. My upside is Goddard. My floor is Schultz. As much as we hate Schultz, I like Schultz' role, especially after the Washington news. Give me Schultz's floor. Give me Goddard's upside because I like him possibly catching 10 touchdowns. And if I had a choice here, I'd take David Njoku as both. but I didn't have him in this list because I love David Njoku. What do you got? Hawkinson, Goddard, Schultz. Give me both.
I got Hawkinson as my ceiling. He's got the upside.
Okay.
I think he finally puts it all together. He's an athlete. I think the guy can ball. Detroit's going to be throwing. Goff wants to play it safe. Goddard, there's too many other weapons there. Hurts doesn't want to settle for anything underneath. He's going to run some in. Schultz is safe. He's a Jag. Dak, trust him. He's going to get work. That's my floor.
All right.
Hawkinson's my upside too. High volume offense. I expect that. I expect him to score a good amount of points. Unless the defense really steps up, they're going to need to score a lot of points. So he's my upside. My floor is Goddard. I think he's the most talented of the group. So I'm just going to base off that floor. Philly likes to throw the tight end. And then Schultz, I don't. The opportunity is there, but I'm willing to be wrong on him. Like, I would rather take these guys. I feel more comfortable on my team.
Triple lightning round. Last one. Freiermuth, Dawson Knox, Cole Kmet. I'm going to give you both mine right now is Cole Kmet upside and floor. I think his floor is what he did last year with a couple touchdowns, maybe, not 0. I see 60 catches, 900 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I mean, not 6. Let's say 4. His upside is 80 catches, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns because he's a red zone guy. He's the most talented red zone guy they have. Give me Cole Kmet all day, although I would like David Njoku here. I love David Njoku. What do you got?
I'd like to say Freiermuth is upside, but I don't trust Mitch Trubisky. And we're going to go with Cole Kmet, ceiling and floor.
Wow.
Yep. The value's going to be there. He's going to be the
because
number 2 target. Knox is going to get his,
he
but
could
it's going
have
to
12
be
touchdowns,
it's going to be
correct?
inconsistent.
Could he have 12, or do you think that's too high? Because what did he have last year?
I think
what
he's
did he have
like
last year?
I think he's 8 to 10.
Well, that's still pretty high.
It is pretty high, but that's like his
He's
ceiling
like
is
12
8 to
or
10.
14.
Okay. Caps?
My upside is Freiermuth. I feel like he came on late last year, still had 7 or 8 touchdowns. I just his talent, his hands are. He seems like a prototypical. He seems like a quarterback's best friend. Like he seems like one of those tight ends. Like Ertz was everyone's best friend for a little while. My floor is Knox simply because of the offense. I like Kmet, but I like both those guys higher. Knox just with that offense. I mean, he's already scored double-digit touchdowns, and he was hurt. You can get him at a great value. Just that offense alone. I mean, I'm gonna bank on Knox getting a lot of opportunities.
Love it. This was fun. Nico, O-Face, oh. Thank you for coming on. It was a great time.
And it's been a complete joy.
Thank you guys very much. Rob Squared, loving it. I'll be back.
Let's go.